Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of On That Note with Parker Whirling. Today's guest is an alternative pop surf punk trio based in Los Angeles, California. They've released 2 singles this year, Operator and New Mexico, and we are incredibly excited to have them on the podcast today. Welcome, The Haunts. So how are you guys doing?
Good. LA is on fire.
I was going to ask if it was orange where you are right now.
It's not orange, but it is this,
gray?
Yeah.
It's like hazy.
It's like a sad yellow.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
A
It
mellow
smells.
yellow.
A mellow yellow, I like that. That sounds pretty good.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, I don't know.
We'll just take the name from the company. Who cares?
They call me post-apocalyptic.
I like the hat too. Very summery, even though it does.
I forgot
feel like
to
the
take a
world is
shower
ending.
before this. So,
Good call though. The hat always helps with that.
and I was done hitting the fields, you know.
Hitting the fields, yeah.
I've really been into that song, Rhinestone Cowboy, and I think it's rubbing off on all aspects of my life.
It's just taking over your everyday.
Yeah.
life. I like it. Commit to it, man. Commit to
Yeah.
it. So thank you guys for coming on to the show. I really appreciate it.
This is like the highlight of our month, just getting to see like other people and interact with them.
Oh man, that's so cool that that you're enjoying the podcast, and I appreciate you guys wanted to come on the show. I know you released your new single "Operator" 2 weeks ago. How does it feel to have it out?
Like every other day.
But just a little bit better.
It's good. It's nice. I needed so many people. COVID has forced like Instagram interaction with your fan base in a very positive way. In fact, I think it's really funny that like a lot of people have like reached out and they're like, "Oh, the song's great," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks," and they're like, "Oh, thank you for being so responsive," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like I'm sitting in my room for like 8 hours a day. Like I want to just talk. How you doing? How's your day? What'd you make for breakfast? Like." It's great.
I bet they love that.
Nice, yeah. I love seeing all the like doodles people do and all the little nice messages to keep me from going insane.
Yeah, I was talking with a previous artist on this show about how Instagram is like such a great tool for keeping in touch with fans and making new fans, because it's like everyone has it, so anyone can talk to their favorite artist, and you don't know how much that's going to impact them. Like people look up to you, you know?
Yeah, which is horrifying. That's a horrible example. Although I feel like we should move to Snapchat because it has the ghost.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about that.
We
that
could get a
we
Snapchat.
could,
Just
yeah.
delete everything. That's the exclusive where we are.
Yeah. Get rid of all the fan base and go move to Snapchat.
That's a great brand marketing move. So when you're writing songs like Operator and New Mexico, how do you start those off? As a band, do you usually jam? Or Max, are you writing them ahead of time?
Oh, it's all ayahuasca. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. No, they do all the work.
Nice. That's good for you. So how do you guys start it?
For me, it's like a lot of just like, I wish it was more interesting, but it's just like me just like staring at a wall, playing the same thing just like over and over, like slight variation. It's just like, oh, let's throw a third, let's throw a fifth in there. And eventually something comes out where it's like, all right, maybe it's passable. And then I'll bring it to Alana. I'll be like, hey, hit me with some crazy drums.
Yeah. Well, what usually happens is me and Aaron live together, and then we just come and stalk Max every once in a while. But he'll play in his room, and I'll be somewhere else in the apartment.
She'd
and
be
I'll
like, shut up!
90% of the time, I'm like, shut up, Aaron. But sometimes, like, I'll hear something, I'll pop my head out of wherever I am, and I'm like, that's something. You got it. And then he'll record it, and then we bring it to the practice space, and then Max comes in and puts that magical.
I go,
And then a hit is made.
and then a hit is made,
feel like-
and we open the champagne,
You pop it
lay it all over each other.
Every time.
We ruin everything in our practice, basically.
yeah.
At least once a month.
We've been kicked out of at least 8. And we don't even have 8 hits.
Hey, you're committed to the celebration. I like that. What inspired the turtlenecks for the new video?
Oh, that's me, baby. I love a
Nice.
turtleneck.
I had a feeling.
I'm really into like 70s cop aesthetic. Like, I've jokingly wanted, not even jokingly, take that back, no joke, I've wanted to get one of those, like, gun holsters that go, you know, like this, like in Starsky and, I mean, no gun, I don't need a gun, but just,
It's
like,
for looks.
yeah, you know, I just want to, and then, like, a mustache, and then, you know, you're like, I gotta get these files through, and it's, so, yeah, so then, I think we decided, well, at the EP release show we did turtlenecks. Yeah.
People seem to like when we wear matching turtlenecks.
It completes the whole aesthetic, I think.
All about it until we have to get on stage and the stage lights is just like melting you, and it's just like, this was an awful idea about 2 songs in.
Yeah, you're like 30 seconds in, you're like, yo, how many songs we gotta play?
Well, same with the video. We were outside in the middle of
yeah.
the video was filmed. It was like 90 degrees out.
yeah.
It was so bad.
Really-
It looked like it was in a studio. It was outside.
I know it was in a garage, but it was
Yeah.
meant to look like we had a high budget.
Yeah.
It did. You did. You fooled me.
It's that faux budget, you know, production work.
Yeah, it was in a garage, 90-degree heat. It was something.
Yeah, shout out to Jess and Madeline for making us look like we weren't in a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the real deal, man. That's such a key thing that people really need to understand when they're starting out is like, look, nobody knows what they're doing and everyone's trying to fake it till they make it. So you better like do the same, you know, like be real. Don't like fake who you are. But like, you know, production value, you can get a lot out of a little.
Totally.
When-
We have the whole time.
Yeah. But even to, like, putting stuff out, even if it doesn't, like, in fact, we had a much bigger script written for the music video.
Mm-hmm.
And we just cut it because the shots we were getting of doing the playing were so good that we're like, this is just the video. So it's like, but that being said, it's like, I just appreciate when people kind of, like, I even like videos that look kind of crappy, but like if you put out something that's has your heart in it or is worthwhile, like, I mean, all those early Mac DeMarco videos look like crap, but like, you know, people love them because he's like naked in a bathtub on a VHS players. I don't know.
Maybe you need to do that, Max.
We
He's
are.
been
Come on.
Next
I've
year.
done enough.
In our first music video, he is naked.
I'm
At one part.
almost.
Almost.
There is I am wearing nude underwear.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
It is pretty close.
What's this? I might have to look it up later.
Yeah. Close the blinds.
Yeah. Go to the private browser.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't gotten flagged on YouTube yet.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
So, New Mexico is my favorite song, I gotta say. And listening to these 2 new songs, Operator and New Mexico, they seem a little. It seems like you had a different approach to these 2 compared to your debut EP. Do you feel like there was something different there?
Yeah, I think New Mexico was one of our more softer songs. So when we went into the studio, we were kind of being a little bit more experimental with it. And Operator is like the complete opposite. It's like 100% reverb, surfy. I think we got to spend more time on each song too, because it was just
the 2 of
Two
them.
songs.
Yeah. I think a big thing also is like you really want to like focus on the drum sound. How you're like, I want more like
clear
clarity.
definition in the drum. Because there was more rolls and stuff in it.
Yeah.
In New Mexico.
In New Mexico and
Yeah.
in the
Operator, yeah.
beginning.
Going
Yeah.
hi-fi, we're selling out.
High five.
Think of it as a yin-yang. You know, New Mexico is shaven. It's, you know, clean. You're at Coachella, bopping around, eating a watermelon. But on the other side, we have Operator, which is, you know,
Outside the gates of Coachella.
outside the gates of Coachella.
Couldn't get in.
Is on Jenkum.
Yeah.
That's the people doing ayahuasca in the corner.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's,
Yeah.
yeah, my buddies.
So, are these 2 songs going to be part of a bigger project, or are they just kind of a standalone single A, single B?
Probably singles. But,
I think singles.
I mean, I've always toyed with, I mean, if they were to be part of something, it'd be re-recorded. Probably. Not like in a way that we want to do them better, but I just think it's more cohesion if we were to release it as like a package deal. But who knows?
What's your recording process? Like, do you go to a studio? Do you do it at a house?
Voice memos. No, I'm kidding.
That would be pretty hardcore.
We go to a studio.
Moose Cat.
Moose Cat.
Moose Cat.
Yeah.
With which our producer guy we work with, Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
He just that's not his. I call him Magic. He doesn't refer to himself.
I was like, I like it. I'm not
Mike
questioning
Post. No, but no, it's Mike Magic. He does everything. He's done everything. But he just put out a song today too.
Yeah.
Which sounds really great. He's a whiz. This guy.
Yeah, his studio's great too.
It's like in his back house. It's really sweet.
Yeah.
He, like, just, it's insane. Like, he thinks of ideas before we even think of them, and they're just, he nails it every time.
So is he the sound engineer, the guy behind the board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Those guys are wizards. I don't know how people can just show up and just create magic.
Yeah, it's really nice too because Max actually knows a lot about that stuff. So me and Aaron will be like, we kind of want it to sound like bzz, boom, boom, bop, bop. And then he'll be like, oh, compress the left mic on the second. And then Mike goes, okay. Look. So, like, it's very cohesive. It works.
It's like gibberish to clarity somehow
Yeah.
along that whole pathway.
It's a lot of translating when you're working with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, the track is really wet, and he's like, oh, yeah, I gotcha. I'm like, oh, this track needs to be like, and it's like, for sure.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Wow.
Right?
Yeah, you gotta go to a lot of years of music school to get that kind of dialect going.
You took the onomatopoeia right out of my mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Max, when I saw you guys live, I was blown away by your stage presence. All of you, really. You're all rocking out, but Max is just like commanding the stage. Do you have any idols that you've looked up to that just like are killers as frontmen?
The irony is my foray into playing in bands. The people I idolized were like, because I used to, I do play guitar, and I used to play guitar and sing in bands. So I loved the guys that did nothing. Like, you know, these like really strict indie shoegazy guys that like you know, they were like, screw Mick Jagger, like I'm just gonna stand in my skinny jeans and, you know, all this stuff. So, but it's funny because since playing with them, it just like happened naturally. Like it was like, because they hold down so much of the sound, like, because I mean, it's literally the beat and the rhythm. Like, it's all them, so they can't move around too much. Alon especially can't carry your drums around the stage. It's rather difficult.
Unfortunately.
But so I think it just ended up being like, the more I move, the more people move. But it's not forced. Like, I do it for me. I dance because I'm having a good time. No, I don't know. But, you know, there's like the obvious, like, I love, like, Jim Morrison's cool, I guess. If that's his name.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool dude.
But I think, who have I seen lately that... Oh, you know who is just the best, truly, hands down, is Charles Bradley.
Oh.
That guy
yes.
commands a stage. He doesn't move too much. He doesn't move too little. But, whew, that guy's good.
Maybe I'm going to sound like an asshole, but I don't know who Charles Bradley is.
Oh, look him up.
I think he has the thing on Netflix, right? He has a documentary.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, it's pretty good. He's like
He's the screaming eagle, baby. He's like...
Screaming Eagle assault.
He like cries the whole set. It's crazy. He's
Yeah.
just like...
That's wild.
I think you've probably heard, if you hear some of his songs, I think you would know.
Yeah.
He's older.
But the music's
he's new. Yeah.
But he's dead, too.
I know.
So
It's like a
Whoa,
whole...
that's a lot to think
Recently
about.
dead.
Yeah.
So, Max, you do kind of have like a stage presence that isn't quite wild. Like, that's what's cool about it. It's like controlled chaos almost. Like, you're like
Like almost tripping.
yeah, almost tripping all the time, but constantly catching yourself.
Well, I'm glad everyone's noticing.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool way of commanding the stage, I think.
It's great.
Yeah.
It really is.
The hungover chic vibe, yeah.
Yeah. So do you guys have any music that you've been working on that's going to be coming up anytime soon?
You we have to talk to our lawyers.
Oh, we don't have to talk about it. We can talk about it off the air.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have new songs. We're figuring out our recording, what we want to do with them.
COVID has made recording difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't do it in
sure.
your bedroom.
Yeah.
And you're not doing it in your bedroom, right? You haven't been trying to do that.
No. I mean, we talked about doing it. We might say we have like, I mean, if for all the people that have seen us live, we have way more songs than we have out. But obviously, takes money to make those songs.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like probably a roster of songs that we want to record, and then we have a roster of songs that we're also working on. So there's a lot of new stuff in the mix, but we can't, like, we haven't done anything. we're a little, still. Look, I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, we haven't done much, but
It's been a weird time. That's okay. You've got a good excuse. That sounds like a great transition into the last 5 here. So the last 5, I'm just gonna ask you guys 5 quick questions, and then we'll get you on out of here.
Okay.
All right. So number 1 is in the studio or playing live.
live.
Oh, yeah.
Live, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Mike, but live.
Live.
Yeah.
No doubt. Wow. There was no hesitation there.
Yeah, this is a little bit biased time to be asking that,
Right.
probably, but
I'm sure you're bursting at the seams, ready to get back on stage. What do you miss about that feeling, that rush?
Oh my god. There's
Everything.
nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I mean, when the crowd is into it, and when Max is into it, and, like, getting the crowd go, I mean, there's just nothing like it. I can't even explain it.
I love addressing the people.
Yeah,
miss
he
that.
does.
I miss-
The power.
Yeah.
No, but not even the power. Honest to God, the most humbling and like the most excited I felt in probably most of my life was the first time people started clapping along to New Mexico. I didn't even start it. They were just like, boo, and then I was like, oh, why don't I just do this for every show? But yeah, I was like, you guys are like doing it to our song.
Do you remember the first time that anyone ever sang your lyrics back to you?
Santa Barbara, I think.
Was it
I
San
heard.
Jose also.
San Jose was
San
that, yeah.
Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
The first time, though, I don't remember.
Oh.
But yeah, that was, I think, the first time I heard it was in Santa Barbara, and I almost screwed up. It was a part 2 when, like, they cut out, so that's how I could hear the audience. And I was like, and it was just me singing, I almost, like, cried. But not really. Well, maybe a little bit, but it was bad.
You could just scat over it. Maybe they won't notice.
Yeah, it was like, oh, let's go, okay. It drives me crazy.
Just like that. Just like that. I love it. All right, guys. Question 2. Who's your dream producer to work with?
Can we all answer differently?
Yeah.
Do you guys have answers for this?
Favorite producer? Who's the guy that does Justin Bieber?
Usher?
I don't know.
Usher?
I don't.
Yeah, Usher.
don't
Usher
know.
produced him or found him, right?
I'd probably pick Jonathan Rado.
What's he done?
He's, do you know the band Foxygen?
Yeah.
So he's half of Foxygen. But he just produced the new Killers album, which is nuts. But like he's done so much stuff that I've loved, and he just has a great ear. Or Jonathan Wilson, or Mike Post.
Mike
Oh.
Post.
I would say that dude Gordon Raphael who did the first Strokes album.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Because I'm such a fanboy.
Yeah, shut up. We can't say their name, dude. Dude, you're screwing this up. Anyways,
I think that would be a great combination, honestly. That album, I mean, it's a fantastic record.
That'd be great. That'd be perfect for us.
It would be. It'd be a great little combination. What the? Sorry, I think something's going on upstairs.
whoa.
I see your eyes.
Bring us up.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it. Someone's moving in, or they're like looking at the apartment. But hopefully,
Start hitting it with a broom.
Yeah, hey,
Just be
knock
like,
it off.
"Hey,
I'm doing a podcast.
yeah, you should know what goes on down here. Artwork.
It's real art right here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the third question here. What has been on your music rotation lately?
Oh. You guys answer first.
Oh. Where's my phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been doing a lot more old school stuff, like
Ooh.
back to the boss himself.
Ooh, yeah.
Bruce,
Bruce,
hey,
my
we were just
man,
talking about
Springsteen.
Bruce with Reggie Becton a couple episodes ago, and
Yeah.
that is my dad's favorite artist of all time. Shout out to my dad and Bruce Springsteen,
And shout out to Dad and Bruce.
the boss.
The boss. Oh my! I grew up over there. I grew up on Bruce, and you know, I haven't been able to go home, so now I listen to him.
What's your go-to album?
Well, I do love the first one.
Right?
Greetings from Asbury Park is always been my favorite, but yeah, I mean, Born to all of them. But that's probably my favorite because I had that on vinyl as a kid.
That is a great one. I recently got Tunnel of Love, and that actually might be my favorite. And it's a lot more low-key compared to the others.
Definitely, it is one of his not as mainstreamy ones, but it's still a goodie.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. It's like got, sounds from his entire career and everything else. All the other albums I feel like have a kind of specific theme or a sound, and that one is really all over the place. I think
Definitely,
that's why I like it.
I agree.
Well, Aaron or Max, either of you?
You want to go for it, Max?
No, you go.
I don't know. For like the last few weeks, I've just been like hardcore getting into Shannon and the Clams.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Shannon and the Clams.
Absolutely like one of the craziest vocalists I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
That's a great name. I've heard of them, but I've never actually went out and listened to them.
It's like this weird kind of garage.
It's very vintage sounding.
Yeah.
Like in the way that if you didn't know and it came on the radio, you might think they were from the 60s.
Yeah.
Like that the sound does really fit like that. It's like kind of like pop catchy melodies with like surfy vibes in the back. I don't know.
It's just it's like this weird countercultural vibe. Like their guitarist looks like John Waters, like he has the creepy little mustache, and I'm just like, oh.
Wait, you mean Roger Waters?
No, John Waters.
Wait, is it John Waters? Oh, Roger Waters. I'm an idiot.
That and the new Killers
Pink
album.
Floyd.
Yeah. Well, mine, I realized I already answered this question.
Oh my.
You get it.
Howdy, partner.
Sounds great, dude.
Oh, wait, let's just get a little bit of the chorus. You might have to, this might be illegal.
You're good.
Rhinestone Cowboy. Oh, I'm going to try, I haven't told them yet, but I'm going to try and get us to cover that song. Because we're going to cover that song. How cool would that be? How cool would that be?
I didn't tell you guys there's a musical part of this segment, so you guys better hurry up and do this cover because...
Oh.
What?
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
God. All right, one.
We got 2 more questions here, and then I'll send you guys. Number 4. What's the favorite live show you've played?
Ooh. I have a couple.
I feel like it's got to be between The Smell,
The Smell,
The Satellite,
The Satellite.
Stockton.
Yeah, Stockton's up there.
Stockton is up there.
But that's a personal for me just because that
Almost
was a
died.
saga of the day.
Yeah.
So I understand if it's
Ooh,
not
also
yours.
San Diego.
Lestats.
Lestats.
Yeah.
There was a handful that were just out of this world with people dancing and screaming. But The Satellite was our EP release, and it was great.
And I never thought I'd play there.
It's
I
The
always
Satellite.
thought they ignored
Yeah,
all my
that's huge.
emails.
Did you do something specific to prepare for that? For such a cool...
Bought turtlenecks.
Yeah, that's where the turtleneck started.
Wow, it's a sign. You got to keep it going
I think
now.
there was a lot of just drinking in their tiny little green room that's probably
Yeah.
the size of this room.
Yeah.
I guess there was a lot to prepare. I mean, we had to we had to tell everybody.
yeah.
We promoted the.
Yeah, we
Crap out of
really
it.
sold out. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, that was nice. It was sweet. Just any show where the people are bopping. I don't
Yeah.
care. They're all good. If you dance with me, it's a good
Yeah.
time.
What did you learn from having to promote your shows? What's hard about doing that?
Remote shows?
Promote, or what is advice you would give to somebody promoting shows? What was something that was hard you didn't know about?
Max, I've never.
I suck at it.
I mean, I think first of all, you start with your circle. Hey, we're having a show. Luckily, at the time, we kind of were working in an office that had 30 other people. So it's bring your friends, tell your friends. Some Instagram promoting, so a lot of posters. I don't know. I don't really know.
Incentivize, for the next 5 people, it's gonna be
Incentivize.
buy a ticket, we'll get someone in on us. Just increase those numbers, kind of.
Yeah, get a good lineup is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Having, bands that people like that also have even a small fan base that'll come out.
Getting a bill of bands that don't necessarily sound like you, but are on a very similar popularity and a very similar likability, and that way it's less of like, oh, like, we got this band so we can get all the fans. It's like all of your fans can kind of commingle, and then those people can like see the other bands that you respect. Like, I mean, I feel like that's always been the case with like It's Butter, or like when we play with them, it's like some of our fans see them and then are like, whoa, they're like really good, and then some of their fans see us and they're like, oh, they're okay, but like, I guess we'll give them a listen.
Yeah.
But it's like that. It's a mutual. You kind of like.
It creates a night. Like, it's not just like, here's a really popular band. We want to all your fan. It's like we're making a night with all similar people that are gonna enjoy
We're gonna have
it.
fun.
Yeah, we're going
It's like
to
a
have
yin
fun.
yang.
Full circle.
No.
That is full circle right there. Back to yin yang. All right, well, let's get you out of here with this last question here. It might be a little difficult, but what is your favorite decade of music?
Oh, 60s, I think.
60s, yeah?
You going 60s? What are you going?
I don't know, man. That's a rough question.
I've been saying 60s, and I love the 2010s. It was a pretty great...
I was gonna say the 2010s.
It's a pretty great decade, honestly.
Well, but 2007 is one of the most iconic years in indie rock history.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
making
true.
That was like everybody, but that was just 2007. The rest of that decade I could go without.
Really?
If I could do 2007 to 2017, that's what I would do.
Really? Ever?
I'll accept it. That is a decade.
Yeah.
I'm going 2010. You got Funeral, you got The Suburbs, you got
Yeah, but
everything.
well, no, but wasn't Funeral 2007?
2004.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they were a little ahead of the game.
So it's got,
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
All right. But all right. I don't know. Yeah, look.
83
Jury's
for
out.
93.
2010s, that's going to be my year, I think I'd pick.
Dude, 1840 to 1850, you would hear colonial jams like you have well, not colonial at that point, but, I'm not a history buff. That's it.
Colonial sounds good to me.
Yeah, why not?
Prehistoric.
Don't forget the jazz, the 60s. There's jazz, there's rock and roll. There's blues. You can't...
Look, I'm all about this 2020 music, okay, buddy? I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I'm looking into the future. All right, guys. Well, Max, Alana, Aaron, thank you guys for coming on the show. I really appreciate you guys sitting and chatting with me. Everyone needs to go check out The Haunts. Check out your new singles, Operator and New Mexico. Once again, thank you guys for coming on. Seriously, I appreciate it.
Thank
having us,
you.
Parker.
Thank you so
Have
much.
a good one, Parker. Stay safe.
You too. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, now it drives me crazy. My